We play and call it work.
Hey folks, Janine from Mini Wargaming here with another how-to video for ya. In this video, we are going to continue work on this Archaon Everchosen Mini, and we are going to paint the red on the corn head of the mount. As always, if you have suggestions for something you'd like to see in a future how-to video, please leave it down below in the comments. We are going to begin by giving ourselves a reddish base coat to work from. We're going to do that using Doombull Brown. We're going to be applying this as a heavy dry brush over all of the face. I'm taking my brush, I'm wiping most of the paint off, and then I'm just very lightly dry brushing in lots of little layers to build up the color very slowly and very controlled. Doing this first dry brush layer is just going to let me build up a reddish tint on this black. It's also going to let me leave a little bit of that black in the darkest shadows so that I really work up a gradient all the way from black to a bright orange later. After that Doombull Brown dry brush, we are going to move on to some regular brush work, and we are going to start with Corn Red. This is mixed with a little bit of Lahmian Medium. And we're going to apply this color quite heavily on top of all the areas that we just dry brushed. This is going to tint our red so that it's a lot more bright and not so brown. However, since we have that Doombull coat underneath it, it's going to let us apply this color in a very solid coat without doing too many layers. I want to make sure that I get the side of these cheeks all the way back into where they go into these wispy hairs on the side, and I want to get the outer lip all the way around on this lower and upper jaw. Here's the head after we've applied that Corn Red. Our next layer is going to be Mephiston Red. This is also mixed with Lahmian Medium, as all of the rest of the colors for this how-to video are. And we are going to apply this over a lot of the area that we just painted with that Corn Red. However, we're going to begin to be more and more selective with each of our progressive layers. With this Mephiston Red, I'm going to begin to build up the color so that our lightest and brightest reds are going to be in the areas that I want to seem like they're catching the most light. On this mini, that's especially going to be the top of the nose. There are a lot of wrinkles right at the forehead, and then there's some very defined sculpted ridges on the eyes right above the eye socket. Also, the top lip and the cheekbone right behind it. All of those areas have really defined ridges that I want to make sure that I start to draw the highlight toward. Here's the head after we finish that Mephiston Red. The next color we want to work with is going to be Evil Sunz Scarlet. I'm applying this color in all of those areas that I just mentioned. However, with this Evil Sunz Scarlet, I'm continuing to be more and more selective, applying less and less of this highlight to the surface area, so I'm building up a smooth gradient. And with this Evil Sunz Scarlet color, I really want to try and paint just the very top of these ridges that are sculpted on the forehead and the nose, leaving all of the other colors in the folds. I want to turn this guy on the side so you can see how I paint the side of the face. I want to catch the very middle of this area where the jaws opened the widest. And then I also want to get this cheekbone as it kind of separates from the lip. And then you can see that there are these tufts of hair. I want to catch the very ends of each of these tufts, so I kind of have a highlight that looks a little bit like it's going to be flame in that section, just from the way that it's sculpted and the way that we highlight it. Here's the head after that Evil Sunz Scarlet highlight. Next, we're going to move on to Wild Rider Red. This is a really orangey red. This is going to be a really good transition between all of the reds I have on this face right now and the last highlight that we're going to apply, which is going to be pure orange. At this point, I'm applying the color as more of a heavy line highlight. I'm not applying this in large sections. I'm just catching the ridges on some of these areas to make them stand out more. Here's the head after we've done that lining of Wild Rider Red. Our last highlight is going to be with Fire Dragon Bright. And I'm going to be applying this very lightly at the very top of the areas that are going to be in the most sunlight. Just doing a thin line inside all of the Wild Rider Red that I just applied. Catching the very top of each of these contours that I want to be the most highlighted. That last dab of Fire Dragon Bright really starts to make all of the different areas on the face really stand out and look a lot more like the face itself was sculpted from flame. The last thing that we want to do is we want to accentuate a few of the shadows that are sculpted into this. That's going to increase our contrast even more. The color we're going to use is going to be Carroburg Crimson. And we're just going to apply a little bit into all of these folds that are sculpted on the face, especially the ones that are on the nose and the forehead, since they got painted over a little bit with our highlighting. And we don't want to lose the depth that's sculpted into this snarling face. Alright, and after that Carroburg Crimson dries, the corn head on this mount is complete. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more how-to videos, I have another one where I'm going to paint the grinning mouth on the Nurgle head in the mini Wargaming Vault in the link down below in the description. If you don't already have a Vault membership, you can go ahead and click the link, sign up for a 7-day free trial, and get access to my tutorial as well as hundreds of other videos in the mini Wargaming Vault. So go ahead, click the link, start your free trial, and happy wargaming!